Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So last year I recorded a video of me going through all of the animes that I have watched in 2024. So this year I decided I would do the same, even though it was a very long video, and I feel like not a lot of people care about all of the animes that I've watched, but I enjoyed it, so I'm doing it again. So basically the format is going to be the same as last year's, where I just go through all of the anime seasons and list what animes I've watched in each season. Then I'll go over the animes that I watched out of season. So like animes that I didn't really watch while they were coming out, but I watched them later on. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna get right to it, shall we? Obviously, we have to start in the beginning. So we are starting with the winter season. In the winter season, we had Solo Leveling Season 2. That is the first anime that I watched this year. I'm not gonna explain what Solo Leveling is about because I did that on last year's video, so you could just watch that. Also, this is so popular that I feel like I really don't need to do that anymore. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's Solo Leveling, you know what I mean? Like I don't have like really strong opinions about it because just like it's a shonen anime, it's pretty good, the animation is good, like that's kind of all I asked for. Yeah, so I quite enjoyed this. So I gave this season an 8 out of 10. The second anime that I started watching this year was Dr. Stone Season 4. I'm pretty sure I talked about Dr. Stone last year as well because I've just been watching this anime as like the seasons have come out. Again, like solid anime, did everything that I was expecting it to do on this new season. Although I will say it was slightly controversial. There was a controversial time skip. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, I still don't know how I feel about it. So I gave this season an 8 out of 10 because of the controversial time skip. Next up, I started watching the Apothecary Diaries Season 2. So the thing about the Apothecary Diaries is that it's supposed to be a romance, and I do see the romance aspects of it, but I love the Apothecary Diaries, but it's not for the romance. I feel like it's just a mixture of a character that I really like and a genre that I usually really like as well, which is mystery. I love when there's a mystery to be solved, and I want to solve it as well. And I will say, okay, no spoilers again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I got it right. I got it all right, okay? So thank you very much. No, but seriously, I really, really, really do love the Apothecary Diaries. I loved the second season. I thought it was so goddamn good. I loved this season so much. So I give it a 9 out of 10. Like, genuinely so good. Speaking of good anime that I really loved, the next anime I'm going to talk about is not one of them. I did not enjoy it. I started watching Sakamoto Days. I thought it was a bit too boring for me. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're gonna say I just don't enjoy slice of life, which is not true. I have watched a bunch of slice of life animes and I love them. So this was just not for me, and that's okay. So in case you don't know what Sakamoto Days is about, this guy, Sakamoto, used to be a hitman and he decided to retire because he fell in love, got married, had a child, and put on some weight. And I saw this premise and I thought, cute, slice of life, very fun, I'm gonna like it. I did enjoy it in the few first episodes. I was having a good time. What really made me like be kind of put out of this story was that it kind of stopped being funny when they made him not be fat anymore to be like athletic again. I didn't like that. They made him not fat for a couple episodes, I believe. And I did not enjoy that. The whole gag of this is that he is not like fit anymore. Like that's why he's not a hitman, you know? He works like at a combini or whatever that is, and he's just, you know, couch potato, not really working out, and that's fine. But he was still like pretty athletic when other assassins started showing up like looking for him because he was very famous, and even though he had retired, people were still like talking about him, trying to catch him and stuff. He was still very athletic and not skinny. So I got bored and I dropped it. And I did not rank it because I think it's unfair to rank something that I haven't finished. but there's a recommendation if you want to try it out for yourself. You might like it. So next up, I watched Linklick Breeden. I don't know how you say it. This is season... I don't remember. Yeah, so I don't really know what season this is, but regardless, it's whichever number it is, the last one that just came out. So I don't really know how to explain it because, like, I really enjoyed this story, but the previous season I thought was not as good. However, watching this one, I did enjoy it. I thought it was compelling. I thought there was action, and I still thought that there was some mystery in there. But I still liked season 1 way more. You know, like, they can pop off, and this didn't pop off as much as I thought it was gonna pop off. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. After that, I watched ReZero season 3, I believe it is. And I just have to say, bro, ReZero never disappoints me. They know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on. This is the one anime that I watch and I have no thoughts whatsoever. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what they're gonna throw at me, and I'm surprised every time because of that. It's exciting. This season was quite good. I do remember some things that happened. I remember that something that I really enjoyed this season was that they kept interrupting the bad guys. The bad guy was like going on a monologue and just being like, then I'm gonna use my special power to, and they would just be like, shut the fuck up. And I thought that was really funny. I think they should do that more often in more anime. I thought it was so funny. Imagine, real life, you're about to fight someone and they're going on a monologue. You're not gonna wait for them to finish the fucking monologue. You're punching him, you know what I mean? Can you tell I don't fight anyone? I think you can. Anyways, I really enjoyed this season, so I gave it a solid 9 out of 10. Definitely recommend. Very good. You should watch it. Then I watched Shangri-La Frontier season 2 because my boyfriend and I started watching season 1 and we kind of binged it. So then we started watching season 2 while it was coming out, and then like we caught up to it. So then we had to wait for episodes, and I was like, bro, the fuck you mean I have to wait for this? In case you don't know what this anime is about, because I have never talked about it before, so you might not be familiar with it. I mean, if you're here, you're probably watching anime, but whatever. So, the main guy is playing a game. He goes into this game, which is a very popular game. As soon as he tries it out for the first time, he kind of unlocks something that a lot of people don't like know how to do. He defeated a monster that is like impossible to defeat. So obviously like he became a really popular player immediately because they're like, what in the world? Like, you just created an account and you already did this. Like, how did you do that? And at the same time, he unlocked like a secret story in the game that no one has access to. So he has access to an entire village that no one else really has access to in the game. He has spoken to NPCs that no one has spoken to before. And through like doing all of that, he has a lot of knowledge that other players don't have. So he becomes really popular in the game, and he's trying to figure out like how to do a bunch of stuff in the game. Now, this is an action anime. It's very fun. I really enjoyed it. Like, this was brilliant, you know what I mean? I was thrilled to watch it and I wanted more every time. And I gave it an 8 out of 10 because I really enjoyed this, but I am really excited to see what they're gonna do in the next season. I hope they blow my mind, you know what I mean? But I definitely recommend this. It's a very good anime. And then last but not least, one of the last animes that I have watched that changed my life. I already talked about this anime on my video from last year, but I have to talk about it again, okay? I finished watching Orb. It was one of those animes where it starts like at the beginning of the winter season, so then in the new year it's still going. I think that this story was absolutely brilliant. Like, the world building, the characters, the build-up of the story. It's a story about knowledge and passing information down, even if you're not here to see its result. I don't want to spoil this anime, but this was brilliant. I love this anime so much, and I'm definitely going to rewatch it in the near future because it was so goddamn good. You should watch it. Everyone should watch this. It's an amazing story. I swear, you are not going to regret it. You need to watch this anime. I give it a 9 out of 10, but I'll consider it going to a 10. But anyways, that concludes the winter season of 2025. Those are the animes that I watched that season. I'm gonna be honest, that's a lot. Moving on into the spring season. So, the first anime from spring season that I started watching was Fire Force Season 3. I watched Fire Force. I don't think I was watching it when it came out, Season 1, but I watched it a little bit after Season 1 came out. And then I waited for Season 2, and then I waited this whole time for Season 3. So, as you can imagine, I was very excited. I was like, dude, Fire Force is back. This is it. Like, this season, I'm getting everything from my teenage years back. I wasn't that much of a teenager when Fire Force came out anymore. Actually, I don't think I was a teenager at all anymore, but, you know, it was still a part of the person who I was before because I watched this when, like, COVID was going on. Anyways, okay, it doesn't matter. I was hyped for this, okay? I started watching it. I thought it was fine, but I did notice a slight decline on the animation quality. And at first I thought, you know, it's fine. Like, it's nothing too drastic. And it was not too drastic in the beginning. But then at the end of it, I did think it declined a bit more. I really didn't think it was horrible. It was just that the quality from the previous seasons was so high that you could definitely see the difference. You know what I mean? I still watched all of it. I did like the story. I think that the story developed like really nicely. And I did enjoy it despite thinking that, you know, the animation quality did decline a little bit. I miss these characters, you know what I mean? However, since it was such like a drastic difference from season 1 and 2, I did give it a 7 out of 10. I still recommend that you watch it. I had a good time regardless. Then Windbreaker season 2 came out and I was hype again. I explained it on my last video. Windbreaker is Tokyo Revengers but good. Like teenage gangs, but you can kind of make it make sense because it's not like completely delusional. Like they're not riding motorcycles and going back in time and crying each time. No, you're gonna stay. I'm gonna go back in time and I'm gonna fuck shit up. I'm gonna beat him up. Yeah. In Windbreaker, that doesn't happen. They say, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna fuck shit up. And they go there and they fuck shit up. I like that. The promises were promised and I saw action. Like, I'm watching an action anime. I want fights in my action anime. So, season 2, I really liked it. I don't have a lot to say about it because it is mostly fighting. But whenever they give a character a backstory, I really like it because, like, it makes sense why they are here now. And they're all just, like, overall really nice kids. I really like the main backstory that we got on this season. So I gave this season an 8 out of 10. I got what I was promised. The animation looks good. The fights looked good. I am happy. So after that, I had another great moment for my teenage self called Black Butler is Back Again. I will say, season 4, I loved it so much. It was so gay. Season 5 here, not as gay, but, you know, it's always a little bit gay. So, Sebastian and Ciel go to this tiny little village, and everyone's talking about being possessed, cursed. There's werewolves, and, like, the queen of the town, I guess you could call her, is an 11-year-old girl. And she says that she does magic, and basically she created, like, amulets to protect the witches in her town from being attacked by the werewolves. Also, there was like a contract that was done a long time ago. The queen witch of this town, if she was doing the things that she's supposed to do, then the werewolves would not attack the village. So this was a story that this 11-year-old girl was told this whole life. And then Ciel and Sebastian show up and Ciel is like, there's no way. Werewolves? No. Witch magic? No. What, my demon fucking butler who I did a pact with? That's not magic. Magic is not real. The supernatural does not exist. And I'm like, girl, Ciel doesn't buy any of this bullshit. And then just go into this town. And he is trying to prove that there are no supernatural things actually happening. I really, really like this season. I thought it was fun. Really like the story and this, like, small world that they created within this like tiny little village. I like the ending, I like the middle, and I like the beginning. So, and with that being said, I gave it an 8 out of 10 as well. Then I watched Anne Shirley, the anime, which to my surprise, it's not the first anime they have done based on this book. I didn't read the book, or the books, I guess, because it's a series, but I did watch the Netflix TV show, which is called Anne with an E, and I really loved it. I think it's a really, really, really good show. However, when I started this anime, I only knew like half of the story. So basically, this is kind of a slice of life, you know? These books are a slice of life. You're just following the life of this girl. She was an orphan and then she got adopted. She goes into the new house and they wanted a boy at first and there was a mix up, and then they decide to keep her and they end up just like really liking her, you know? In this story, you just see her grow up and go through different stages of life, and it's very nice to just see like a completely normal story. Like nothing insane happens, just real life things that could happen. But yeah, I really like this one. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, so I also recommend this one. The next anime that I watched was Lazarus. Yep, I watched it. It was something that I watched. Can I tell you anything? No, because nothing happened. So basically, this is an Adult Swim anime, which I was disappointed by before. Was the market? But you know, this was an original story, so I thought they had something up their sleeves. The idea of this story is really compelling. So this is slightly in the future, and there's this guy, the scientist, who created a painkiller called Hapna, and basically pretty much everyone took it because you do not feel pain at all with this. Then he came out saying, hey guys, remember that drug Hapna that I made? It's going to kill everyone, and I'm not gonna do anything to stop it. I do have like an antidote, but I'm not gonna do anything to stop it because we are destroying the planet. So this lady from the government brings a group of people together who are all criminals in some way and find where this guy is with the antidote. It sounds great, you know? I was obviously like, all right, let's see where this is going. And what I got was a bag of absolutely nothing at all. This anime was so boring. And I just got to a point where I was like, I just want to see how this is going to end when nothing is happening. Each episode, nothing happens. They would be like, oh, he's probably here. And they would go there and it's like, oh, it was a setup. He wasn't here. Same thing every single fucking episode. I clocked where that man was on episode 2 or 3. I don't remember anymore. My boyfriend and I clocked it so fast. And then at the end of the show, guess where he was? Where we guessed on episode 2 or 3. That was a bag of nothing. I was bored out of my mind, and sure, you can watch it if you want. I wouldn't recommend it. I kind of wasted time because it was meh. Right, so I gave this a 5 out of 10. I don't recommend this anime because I genuinely think you're just going to waste time from your life that you could be using to do literally anything else, watching anything else, sleeping. God damn it. It's equally as exciting as this was for me. In contrast, though, I watched My Hero Academia Vigilantes, and I gotta tell you, I love this so much. So, as you can imagine, this is happening in the same universe as My Hero Academia. But it's happening before Deku's story. You know, we see new characters, we meet not exactly new heroes, kind of old heroes, but that we haven't seen as much in My Hero. So that was very exciting. It kind of made me feel the same way that I felt when I started watching season 1 of My Hero Academia. This was so exciting. But anyways, we have a main character who has a quirk who he thinks is pretty useless, I suppose, but he really wants to be a hero or help in some way. So what he does is that he would go like at night in a hero costume and he would do like small little things to help. And he meets other characters, and with these other characters, they all decide, or I guess he's kind of thrown into it, the main guy, but they all start doing hero work, but illegally, because in this universe, it's illegal to do hero work if you're not an actual hero. So that's kind of the setup of the story. I had a great time watching this. I was just so excited to watch this every week. I really enjoyed this one, and I give it an 8 out of 10. Next up, I watched my biggest disappointment of this year, Go-Go Loser Ranger, and you can see that by going to my last year's video and see how I talked about this anime, and then you can watch what I'm about to say next. That anime was so good! season 1, I kept thinking about it. I loved this. This was like my new favorite anime of this like decade. I was ready to be like, yo, this was it. 2020's anime. This is gonna be at the top. At least top 10. But I was thinking like top 5. And then season 2 came out, and I have to say, I have not read the manga, but I think they rushed it on the anime, okay? They were going too fast. There was too much information in each episode. I did enjoy it still, but I found it so confusing. It was hard to keep up with what the hell was going on in the story, because they would do an episode, and in that one 20-minute episode, they would give me 6 different information about the plot, and I could not keep up. I was like, I don't know, what does that mean? What are you saying? What is happening? I can't follow what's going on. So I was sad. I was very sad about this. I'm pretty sure I gave like a 9 out of 10 to season 1. I found this season extremely confusing. I could not follow it for a while. I did like parts of it, mainly the parts at the very beginning. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. This anime still has such a close place to my heart that I couldn't be mean to it. It's so good. Season 1 is so good. So I give it a 7 out of 10. I'm being nice because I loved it so much on season 1. I was extremely disappointed by it though. Was it over? I can't even tell. Yeah, disappointment. Speaking of disappointments, you know what didn't disappoint me? The next anime, To Be Hero X. This anime. Dude, this anime was so good. I want to know what the fuck is going on over here. You know what really drew me into this? There's so much mystery. And you know I love a good mystery. So, obviously, I was hooked. I had to know what was going on. So, what is going on this anime? It's a hero world. There are heroes. And the way that they get really powerful is through people's trust. The trust that people have in you gives you more power. So they have a ranking of the most trusted heroes, and the number 1 hero is called X. So there's also a top 10, and usually the heroes want to be in the top 10. So what is so compelling about this story? For a very long time, you don't know who the X hero is. And also I found that the most compelling part of all of this was that you don't really follow the story in chronological order. Like, it jumps around from a few years in the past to the present to a few years in the future, then you go back to the past, then you go back to the future, then you're in the present. Oh, you go back to the future. Oh, sorry. Yeah, basically you get little bits and pieces of information, not in chronological order, so you're kind of trying to figure out the order of events while you are watching. I thought that was really fun. And you meet the heroes along the way. So you don't really know who the people in top 10 are, like all of them, until the very end of the anime. It's all very fun and exciting, you know? I really loved the mystery part of this anime. I was trying to piece it all together, and like that was really fun, trying to do the chronological order in my own mind. Like, all of that was very, very fun. So I had a great time watching this. I also thought that the world building and storytelling were really good, so I gave this a 9 out of 10. I'm very excited for a season 2. I definitely recommend this for you. And that was the end of my spring season 2025. This season was also really good, but like it was also kind of bad. Like, I had some disappointments in there. Speaking of really packed seasons, let's move on to summer season 2025. Starting the summer season with a bang. Dun dun dun. Season 2. I don't think I need to explain what Dun 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 is about. I explained it last year, and also it's very famous, so I don't think I need to do all that again. This season was so goddamn good. I don't even know, like, I don't have much to say about it. This season was great. Love the action scenes. Love the romance part. Dude, this romance, you don't understand. I know that's not the focus of this fucking anime, but I love this romance story. Like, this romance, I'm eating it up. I love the funny moments, the action, the romance bits, just, oh god. And I think that as teenagers, these characters are so well written. They are so funny, and they actually kind of act like teenagers. I don't want to say anything about it, but like if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I gave it a 9 out of 10 because of course I did. It was amazing. Definitely recommend you, if you haven't, you have to watch this. Yeah, continuing with the absolutely amazing great animes, I watched Yofuka no Ta season 2. Again, great. What am I even gonna say about it? Great. Amazing. Show-stopping, never done before. I loved it. So basically, you have a 14-year-old boy who discovers that vampires are real. He skips school and he stays up all night, and I don't know where his parents are, but anyways, that's how he finds out that vampires are real. He meets this vampire called Nazuna, and he's like, girl, I want to be a vampire. And then she's like, sure, I can turn you into a vampire. Except you need to be in love with me for me to be able to turn you into a vampire. And he's like, oh, okay, so I'm just gonna try to fall in love with you. And then she gets really flustered over that because she doesn't really do that. That's the premise of the anime, really. I thought season 2 was amazing. It continued the story in a beautiful, amazing way. I really liked the development. I loved this season because it just solidified that everybody fucking gay in that anime. So obviously, I gave it an 8 out of 10 because like everybody fucking gay. I recommend you should watch it. And opening banger. So the next anime I watched was another absolute banger. I watched My Dress Up Darling season 2. You don't understand. I watched season 1, like I binge watched it. And then season 2 came out. Good soup. Man, this is so good. This is such a good season. I swear to God. You know, it's a romance. You know, I have to watch a romance anime every once in a while, even though I say that I don't really like romance animes. Actually, you know what? I think I like a few romance animes in my life, okay? And this one, definitely one of the best romance animes that I've watched. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Beautiful, amazing masterpiece. And if you haven't watched My Dress Up Darling, you need to do that right now, like immediately. Actually, yeah, leave my video and go watch it. And then come back if you want to. Afterwards, I started watching this anime called Gashiakuta. So at the time of this recording, I haven't watched the last episode yet. Here's the premise of this show. We have this world that is divided between rich people and poor people. And in this world, there's a literal wall like separating them from each other. And on the poor people side, there's a hole. No one knows what's in the hole. If there's an end to the hole, they don't know what it is. So the rich people throw shit to the trash, and then the people that collect the trash go get it and just throw it down the hole. And you know what else they throw down the hole? Criminals. And so we meet the main guy, Rudo, and this guy lives on the poor side, and he likes to go to the rich people side, grab their trash, and, you know, maybe rebuild some stuff, take care of it, make it like work again, because he personally thinks that you should take care of your objects. However, this is illegal because the poor people cannot go to the rich people side, but he does that, and he gets trash from the rich people side, and then he recovers the stuff, and, you know. So, in all of this, someone shows up to Rudo's place and commits a crime. They kill someone, and Rudo is blamed for it, which ends up with him being thrown down the hole. Basically, now you are wondering, okay, so he is the main character, so clearly he's not just going to fall down the hole and die. So what the hell is in that hole? And so this anime is just a mix of the mystery of finding out what the hell is going on in that hole and the mystery of how is he going to go back up. Now, this anime is very fun, and I have been loving it a lot. I really enjoyed watching every second of it, and I definitely recommend this anime. So I'm not done with it yet, so I haven't scored it yet, but right now, with one episode left, I think I would give it like either an 8 or a 9. I think it will depend on how season 1 really ends. I think I will most likely give it a 9 because I really like this. So next up, I watched possibly the gayest thing I have watched this year. Possibly the gayest show I have watched this year. I remember that I watched Dan and Phil videos, so is this gayer than Dan and Phil? That's a great question. Let's move on. So I watched The Summer Hikaru Died. This anime, oh my god, it's got everything I want. You got mystery, you got horror, you got gay. This is for me. And honestly, a lot of other people. But let me explain to you what is going on in this anime, okay? The main guy has a best friend, and his name is Ikaru. They live in this small village, which seems to be haunted. And basically, Hikaru disappeared in the mountains for a while during the summer. And then he came back. So on the first episode, we see our main character talking to his best friend Hikaru, and he tells him, "You are not the real Hikaru, are you?" And then we have to find out what the hell is gonna go down. So, what did I love about this anime? I love horror and scary things in general, but it has to be well done. And I personally thought that the entire, aura of this anime was terrifying. The overall feel of the anime is a really creepy vibe. I love this anime a lot. I definitely recommend it. This anime was so beautiful. I loved it so much. So much, in fact, that I gave it a 9 out of 10. Then I watched another romance anime. I watched The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. My god, this is a tongue twister. So this is a romance. You have a guy and you have a girl. She likes to go to this pastry place, and the guy's parents work there. So she ends up bumping into him, and then she comes back the next day to apologize because she felt really embarrassed. And then we find out that they go to opposing schools. So there's an all-boys school and an all-girls school right next to each other, and the all boys school is kind of, you are dumb and we really want you to kind of just pass, and the girls school is like, you need to have the best grades possible to have the best outcome possible. So the girls school hates the boys school, and the boys school kind of hates the girls school as well because they're a little bit entitled. So they find out that they go to the opposing schools because they see each other. She opens the curtain of the girls school and she sees him in the boys' school. So now it's slightly forbidden love, you know? It's really not that forbidden, it's fine. But I did enjoy this. I thought it was cute. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's no My Dress Up Darling, but that's crazy as well, so you know. And it was not as slow paced as I've seen in other animes. Yeah, I quite enjoyed this as well. I give this one an 8 out of 10, mainly because I really liked the last episode, so I'm kind of excited for a season 2, really. The last anime of the summer season that I watched was Kaiju number 8, season 2. So I'm pretty sure I talked about this anime on my last video, and I said that I really enjoyed it. It was pretty hype, and it is pretty hype. I do like the development of where the story is going as well. I think I enjoyed this one better than season 1. I can't remember. I gave it an 8 out of 10 as well. That is the end of my summer season 2025. So now let's go into the fall season. So this season I started watching My Hero Academia season 8. I watched the last episode not that long ago, and I'm a bit, I don't think disappointed is the correct word, because I'm not disappointed. I'm just a bit upset about the way certain things ended in this story. I believe that some people were redeemed and they should not have been redeemed. Anyways, I did like this, especially because I was getting kind of tired of this story. I haven't really scored it yet. I think I'm gonna give it an 8, maybe a 7. Now I am also currently watching the last episodes of Spy X Family season 3. I love this season. I don't think it's my favorite because I think season 1 holds a really special place in my heart, but this season is so good, and I have to say that it almost made me cry. To be fair, the scene in Spy X Family was extremely sad on purpose. Anyways, This season is very sweet and special to my heart. I'm loving this season so much. I definitely recommend everyone watches Spy X Family. Beautiful anime. And this season is mwah, brilliant. I might give it a 9. Last but not least of the fall season, which I am unfortunately still watching, One Punch Man Season 3. If you are not watching One Punch Man Season 3, I am slightly jealous of you. You might be wondering why I'm so upset. Or maybe not. Maybe you stopped because of the reason that I am upset by. So here's the thing. Season 1 of One Punch Man, very good. The animation, the voice acting, the story, everything beautiful. Season 2, we saw a decrease in quality when it comes to the animation. But I personally didn't think it was that big of a difference. And then everyone started shitting on it. And now season 3 looks like absolute garbage. Like, it's so bad. The last episode I watched, I remember thinking, I feel bad for the voice actors because they are still doing a great job. The animation of season 3 of One Punch Man is actually so bad that you don't even see fighting anymore. You don't even see like 3 frames of fighting. You don't even see like, they literally put a fucking wall in front of the fight scene, so you couldn't see it. This is a real thing that I watched. Those are my thoughts on One Punch Man Season 3. It's bad. I really don't think it's savable. Salvageable. That's what I want. So I will probably be giving that one. Man, I really want to be nice. But like, I need to give it, I think, a 5. Also, Saitama has not showed up in the last at least 2 episodes. I'm pretty sure it's been 3. One Punch Man. We haven't seen any punch, we haven't seen any man, and we haven't seen the One Punch Man. So like, what are we doing here? So I don't recommend that. And if you're not watching that, good for you. Alright, so that would be the end of my year. Except I haven't mentioned the animes that I have watched out of season yet. So number 1 on my list, Dead Demons Dead Destruction. I don't remember how many dead there are. And I love this anime so much. It's a really weird anime. You have aliens, friendship, trauma. So really quickly summarizing this for all of you. A couple of best friends, they're like, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that. And all of a sudden, there are aliens on Earth. They seem to not be threatening at all. They're just there. It seems like they're not really an issue, except that of course they are an issue because there is this feeling of otherness. The government wants them out, and so they start like threatening them and stuff. As time goes by, you start seeing more and more aliens just showing up dead. I felt like they were not being treated fairly. They were not threatening at all. They kind of just wanted to be here too, you know? Yeah, whatever. This made me feel a lot of things, but it's a really weird story. I can't explain why it's weird or else I'm going to spoil everything. But yeah, it's basically kind of about alien rights and also the main girl's friendship. I just need everyone to trust me and believe that this is really good, okay? I really love this anime. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. That's how much I loved it, and I definitely recommend it. This is one of the best animes I have watched this year. Now, you know what's crazy to me? I thought I had watched this next anime last year. The next anime I watched out of season was Nana. Nana is an anime from, I believe, 2006. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. While I was watching this anime, I thought, I don't understand why 2 of my friends are completely obsessed with this story. But like, I was watching it and I also couldn't stop watching it. Oh, it was very dramatic. Like, it stressed me out. And I've watched really like stress-inducing things, but I think this was stressing me out because it was just really real situations. Like, this could happen to me. So I think that's why I was stressed out about this. So basically, Nana is about 2 girls who share the same name, Nana, and they are very different. One of them is in a band, and the other one is a little bit kind of aloof, kind of naive. First of all, I thought they were lesbians. That's why I started watching this. I fully thought they were lesbians and dating. That's not what's happening, which is insane to me. There's no world. There's no way. They are dating in my mind. So I watched this whole thing, and while I was watching it, I was really thinking, I don't understand why my friends loved it so much. Like, I understand that it's good. I did think it was good. But my friends were like, no, oh my god, I was obsessed with that. And I didn't get it. And then I finished it, and I thought, dude, what a shitty ending. Who decided on this ending? Garbage. And then a few days pass, and I haven't stopped thinking about this anime ever since. It changed my life, and I don't know why. I can't really tell you what it is about this anime, but I loved this as well. I'm kind of obsessed with Nana too now, you know what I mean? And I still think about it. I have strong thoughts about it. Yeah, I really finished this thinking I would never think about it ever again, and initially I think I gave it like a 7 or an 8. I then went back and changed it to a 9. Then out of season, I also watched The Perfect Insider. I think I asked my boyfriend just like, I want to watch a mystery where I'm not going to be able to guess anything. And he was like, I got just the thing for you. Yeah, man, I could not guess anything. This was weird as fuck. This is by far one of the weirdest things that I have watched this year. How do I explain what this anime is about? Okay, there was a murder in an island, but the person who was murdered is locked in a room with like 24 hours surveillance. No one gets in or out. Somehow, she's dead inside. It's a real mystery. Basically, the anime is just like the main characters solving this mystery. It was weird. It was really weird. But I really liked this anime. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. That's why I couldn't guess anything. But also, if they gave me more clues and made me try to guess what was going to happen, I would not have guessed it anyways. So 8 out of 10 seemed pretty fair to me, you know what I mean? So next up, I also watched Yofukashi no Uta, and that's why I watched season 2 later while it was coming out. Dude, I really liked it. I kind of summarized it when I said I was watching season 2, but yeah, I binged season 1, basically. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I love the visuals of the anime, like very bisexual skies all around, all the time. Love that for me. Thank you very much. No, but in all seriousness, I really did enjoy this anime. So yeah, I also gave this anime a solid 8 out of 10. I just think like it's solid. And last but not least, I watched The Lord of Mysteries. I don't know how I'm going to explain what is going on because I'm not sure myself still. There's magic involved and different types of magic and different stages to the type of magic that you chose. And then it's like from 9 to 1, and 1 is the highest one of them all. There's a lot of mysteries. You have the main guy whose storyline is also extremely confusing to explain. You just really have to watch it because I can't explain anything at all. Yeah, man, you know what? The main guy is Klein. That's kind of all I got for you. Okay, so weirdly enough, I don't think this one is on my anime list. I swore I had gone there and I had given it a score, but I suppose I am incorrect. So yeah, if you want a good mystery where you have no idea what's going on, I would recommend this story. I thought it was really good, and apparently it's not on my anime list, but if it was, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. That was my list of animes that I've watched in 2025. If you have watched any of these animes and you agree or disagree with my opinions, then you can comment down below what you think about them, and I might agree, reply, or completely ignore you. So have fun with that if you want. You can also comment down below what your favorite animes of this year were. I guess I kind of decided that I will start doing this yearly tradition. Yeah, anyways, that's been it for me this week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. As usual, my social media links are going to be in the description down below, so you can follow me everywhere if you want to. And yeah, anime was really good this year, and I can't wait for the anime we're gonna get next year. I'm already excited about a few stuff, but we'll talk about that in 2026. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! Fun. Oh, I can't say that. That's a spoiler.